the tree leans heavily toward a nearby structure, presenting a serious challenge. The crew carefully evaluates the angle and decides on a pull line system to control the felling. The use of a 5-to-1 fiddle block multiplies force, making the tree respond more predictably. A bottle jack is positioned strategically to assist in overcoming the stubborn back lean. It's fascinating to see physics in action with each adjustment. As cuts are made, the tension in the line and jack ensures the tree moves safely. This method dramatically reduces the risk of damage while demonstrating skilled planning and teamwork. Even seasoned crew members watch closely as the tree slowly responds to the controlled forces, ensuring safety remains the top priority. Experience the force of the Pon Ergo tackling thick timber with unmatched stability. The machine adjusts its hydraulic arms instantly as it maneuvers around uneven roots. Each tree is approached carefully. The cutting head grips the trunk, measuring diameter and orientation. Sensors provide real-time feedback to ensure optimal felling angles. The precision of this machine makes complex logging look almost fun. Once the felling blades activate, the tree drops cleanly, guided to the ground by the boom to prevent damage. Branches are collected separately for potential biomass use. Operators monitor the process on in-cabin screens, tracking length and quality for each log. Once felled, the Ergo's delimbing knives rotate along the trunk, stripping branches swiftly. The feed rollers adjust speed according to trunk thickness. Logs are then measured for length and sorted on-site according to dimensions. Never thought a tree could get this organized before leaving the forest. Automated counting ensures each log meets length specifications. The harvester's feed rollers grip the trunk, guiding it through the cutting head to slice the log accurately. Remaining twigs are left strategically to prevent soil erosion. Smaller branches and residuals are left on the ground to maintain soil health and forest ecology. After delimbed logs are collected, the Ergo uses its grapple to load timber onto wading trucks, combining efficiency with safety. Hydraulic control systems allow fine adjustments for uneven terrain, keeping stability even in steeper areas. The cabin offers ergonomic controls for operator comfort during long shifts. Engines and hydraulics work in tandem to keep productivity high without overstraining components. Operators rely on automated functions, yet their skill ensures that no log is mishandled. Safety sensors halt operations if unexpected obstacles appear. The machine handles various wood types, from thick oaks to lighter birch, adjusting cutting pressure and feed speed dynamically. Lubrication and maintenance points are checked routinely to prevent downtime, ensuring continuous operation. Daily checks prevent hydraulic leaks and component wear. Each movement, from felling to sorting and loading, demonstrates the combination of machine engineering and human oversight. It's oddly satisfying to see such precision in the middle of a chaotic forest environment. Once the day ends, the harvester is parked and logs are ready for transport, showcasing the efficiency and adaptability of the Pon Ergo in dense forestry conditions. In a dense small forest, logs are moved efficiently using a pull rope and carriage, with the track rope mounted on a tractor drum at fast pico. The tractor powers the main cable via an attached winch, delivering the track rope along the slope while standing on the forest road. The pull rope is guided over a deflection pulley installed uphill to the carriage, which then rides downhill using gravity. The track rope is mounted on a dedicated drum at the front of the tractor and laid out, with tension regulated by a rope tension gauge to avoid exceeding minimum rope pull. Low anchoring of ropes near the ground ensures stability, even under shallow roots like spruce. The carriage has no hydraulic or electric components. The load is held by the hoist pulley during transport. The hoist pulley is lowered by its own weight once the pull rope is slackened and attached to prepared log bundles with chains. Chokers are not possible in this system, so lightweight logs should be pre-bundled. The pulley's block effect doubles the pulling force, allowing gentle, controlled transport. Logs can be moved either close to the ground or freely suspended depending on rope height. The operator must keep a distance of at least 1.5 times the longest log piece for safety. How does DOORSY ensure each door is flat, balanced, and durable? Step into the expansive production hall, where timber is transformed into finely crafted doors that will soon adorn homes. Each plank is carefully weighed and measured before being allowed into the cutting process. Timber is first inspected for grain, knots, and moisture content to ensure stability. Moisture meters and visual checks confirm that each board meets the standard. Operators occasionally record timber density variations for future reference. Stacks of wood are organized by size, species, and thickness, clearly labeled for easy identification. Color coding helps operators quickly select boards for different door types. Operators occasionally note the density and hardness of certain planks, yet CNC saws cut through them efficiently, producing uniform panels for the next stages. Panels are double-checked for surface defects before any further processing. Minor cracks or irregularities are logged and monitored. Operators check panel edges for splinters and adjust cutting parameters accordingly. Safety shields are inspected to ensure operator protection during sawing. In the sawmill area, timber is cut into precise panels according to door specifications. Blade sharpness is verified daily to maintain cutting accuracy. The sawmill operators monitor blade alignment and feed rates for each batch. Panels then move to the sanding and milling section, where automated sanding units smooth surfaces and remove minor imperfections. Dust extraction systems are activated to maintain a clean environment. Each panel passes under multiple sanding belts to reach exact thickness and flatness. Edge milling is synchronized with sanding passes to guarantee perfect right angles. Flatness sensors detect any warp or bow, and data from sensors is recorded for quality assurance. Operators review sensor logs for trends that might indicate machine wear. Any uneven spots trigger immediate adjustments by the operators. Edge milling ensures panel sides are perfectly square before coating. Panels are stacked in a controlled orientation to avoid warping while waiting for paint. Once panels are fully machined and prepared, they move to the paint shop. Protective masking is applied to areas reserved for hardware. Water-resistant, anti-scratch, and protective coatings are applied by automated spray systems. Spray patterns are adjusted based on panel width and length. Coating thickness is monitored continuously by inline sensors. Panels pass through drying tunnels where temperature, humidity, and drying rates are logged to guarantee even curing. Ventilation and air circulation are carefully managed inside the drying tunnels. Finished panels are inspected during and after drying to detect any inconsistencies in finish or color. Any minor flaws are marked for touch-up immediately. Multiple panels are processed simultaneously, with mechanical rotation preventing pooling of coating materials. Operators record touch-up times and corrective measures for each panel. After the coating process, panels are moved to assembly stations. Hardware installation follows assembly. Handles, locks, and hinges are tested for smooth operation and correct alignment. Templates and digital guides ensure consistent placement across all doors. Assembly jigs are adjusted for different door dimensions. Any adjustment needed is made immediately to maintain uniformity. Each door is double-checked for straightness and squareness before being moved. Finished doors are placed on racks and transported via conveyor systems and forklifts to the storage warehouse. Racks are positioned to allow efficient movement and prevent damage during handling. Doors are organized for immediate retrieval and further shipment without additional handling. Operators log the door serial number at each stage of handling. By the end of this workflow, each door has undergone precise cutting, milling, sanding, coating, and assembly. The process ensures each door is flat, balanced, and durable. Traceability is maintained for every panel and assembled door. Gantry glides silently across the wide floor master table as raw lumber pieces await their transformation. On the smooth pressing surface, air clamps engage to secure cords and webs tightly. Plate pockets along each edge speed up production, so no stooping or bending is required. The trackless roller gantry presses plates firmly into the joints while air-powered flippers rotate each truss automatically, eliminating heavy lifting. Plates on the opposite side are pressed with equal precision, and the finished truss is ejected and lifted to a convenient height for easy handling. Each jig station has independent controls, and heavy-duty components handle square or open web designs effortlessly. A soft-start 10-horsepower electric motor drives pressing rolls at up to 160 feet per minute for smooth, rapid output. Oversized bearings and a new chain system reduce wear and prolong operation. Safety features include emergency stop switches, shutoff bars, and warning lights and horns during gantry movement. Production speed and worker comfort combine efficiently. Some men can operate the system, saving labor while preventing fatigue. Who knew truss assembly could feel almost playful? Logs destined for custom homes arrive in the milling hall, their rough bark hinting at the beauty to come. Operators check the dimensions and moisture content of each log before any machine touches it. Each log is then precisely cut using advanced CNC milling machines. The way the saw aligns and cuts is fascinating to watch. Every slice counts toward a perfect fit. Logs are trimmed to length, ensuring uniformity for the structural design. Occasionally, a log exhibits unexpected density variations, but operators adjust feed rates and blade speed to maintain smooth cuts. Once trimmed, logs move to drilling stations. Holes are made with exact spacing for fasteners and joinery, guided by digital templates. One might laugh seeing logs rotate like giant chess pieces, aligning for perfect drilling. Precision notches are then cut into the timber, forming joints that will interlock seamlessly with other logs. Sensors constantly measure depth and alignment, signaling operators if corrections are needed. It's impressive how operators can quickly respond to logs that slightly shift during milling. Each milled log is labeled and logged, ensuring traceability throughout the construction process. Some logs are further trimmed to integrate with custom timber trusses. Operators double-check angles and lengths before final cuts, avoiding costly mistakes. Digital guides assist in cutting angles accurately, and clamps hold logs firmly while machines work. Even the smallest misalignment is corrected immediately to prevent structural issues. Now and then, a clamp clicks tighter than usual, sounding like a tiny confirmation that everything is locked in. Once milling, drilling, and notching are complete, logs are ready for the next phase of assembly. Finished logs are stacked and organized according to their placement in the home. The workflow emphasizes accuracy, repeatability, and careful monitoring, ensuring every log will fit perfectly during home construction. Seeing all of these logs transformed methodically into ready-to-assemble components really highlights the skill behind custom log home building. The final rows of neatly milled logs almost look like an oversized wooden puzzle waiting to be put together. The Wamin Compact Unlock delivers tight-fitting, closed timber elements through a setup built for consistent alignment and fast panel handling. On the assembly table, studs and rails are positioned, aligned, and clamped, so each element stays controlled before the next action. The adjustable stop keeps every frame consistent, and that tight hold looks stronger than you'd expect from such a small footprint system. A vacuum lifter places the sheathing with smooth motion, making the setup feel almost like the machine already knows where every board should land. The CNC-controlled multifunction bridge then fastens the sheathing, trims the element, and cuts all openings in one continuous sequence. The bridge moves like it's deciding the next cut with confidence. The butterfly turner flips the finished side without tearing panels, reducing handling effort. After transfer, workers add installations and insulation, while the multifunction bridge completes the second phase. That flip always feels like a power move for a compact workstation. With two working zones operating in parallel, new frames can be prepped while the previous one is closed, keeping production moving with steady rhythm and fewer delays. At I+R Holzbau, wall elements up to 16 meters long undergo a precise prefabrication process in the workshop. Each timber panel is first inspected for material quality, straightness, and moisture content. That pull from the handling system shows how even careful alignment demands strength. Panels are then positioned on jigs, where operators guide them for automated fastening and structural reinforcement. Semi-finished elements are rotated to allow exact placement of insulation wool, which fills every cavity to optimize thermal performance. Holes for future mounting of wall components are marked and drilled with high accuracy. Moisture readings are taken continuously to guarantee the durability of each prefabricated unit. Feels like every module is treated like a custom puzzle piece. Once quality checks are complete, a certification tag confirms that the element meets all standards. Transporting these oversized elements presents a major challenge. On-site, specialized cranes lift each panel, and teams coordinate rapidly to assemble the walls. Skilled employees manage everything from planning through prefabrication to final installation, ensuring efficiency and consistency. This setup looks like controlled power and precision working together. Every element arrives ready for immediate assembly, demonstrating the combination of technology, skill, and coordination at I+R Holzbau. You can see lamellas transform into panels ready for commercial construction at I+R Holzbau. Timber lamellas are inspected for moisture, grain, and straightness before being assembled into panels. The alignment of each layer requires a careful balance that surprises with how solid it becomes. Workers feed lamellas into the pressing station, where adhesive is applied and the layers are compressed under exact pressure. Once cured, panels are trimmed to precise dimensions and sanded to smooth the surface. This step looks simple but holds the engineered strength inside each panel. Edges are reinforced where panels will interlock, improving stability on site. Cutouts for mechanical and electrical installations are marked and drilled with computer-aided accuracy. Moisture content is checked again to guarantee stability and performance. Each panel is then rotated and prepared for insulation or protective coating where required. Protective coatings are applied selectively, matching project specifications. Transport logistics are coordinated for oversized panels, ensuring secure loading and timely delivery. At the construction site, cranes lift each panel into place, and crews secure the connections efficiently. Watching these modules fit together shows muscle and intelligence working side by side. Team coordination ensures that even complex panels are positioned without delays. The final assembly requires skilled coordination combining pre-planned design, automated processing, and human expertise. Certified staff verify each panel meets Baubusch's standards, ensuring durability, strength, and rapid installation capability. The Laura Chalet log cabin is constructed following the log span system, which allows precise stacking and interlocking of logs. The foundation is prepared by leveling the ground and placing supports that guarantee stability for the two-story structure. Support points are measured twice to confirm perfect alignment before the first log is laid. Workers place the first layer of logs carefully, aligning corners and checking overlaps. Corner joints are continuously measured and reinforced to prevent gaps during further assembly. Subsequent layers of logs are stacked sequentially, with each log interlocking securely at the corners. Workers tap each log into place using mallets to ensure tight interlocks. Openings for windows and doors are marked, cut, and adjusted according to exact dimensions. Window and door headers are installed simultaneously to maintain structural integrity. Floor joists are positioned between log layers to provide structural support for the upper floor. Logs are slid along temporary guides to maintain alignment as walls rise. Each joist is aligned using a precision jig to keep the upper level square. Insulation material is inserted into gaps and cavities at each level, and protective coatings are applied selectively to exterior-facing logs. Gap fillers are applied in corners to enhance airtightness. Corner logs are levered into final position and checked for flush alignment. All fastening points and structural connections are verified as the walls progress upward. Logs are temporarily clamped at intersections to prevent movement during fastening. Pre-cut logs are delivered to the site with careful coordination to avoid damage. Logs are positioned one by one, following a planned sequence that ensures structural accuracy and efficient workflow. Final assembly involves verifying alignment, checking joint integrity, and ensuring insulation and coatings are applied correctly. Insulation layers are inspected for uniformity across all wall sections. All panels are reviewed in sequence before final fastening. Structural integrity is assessed using a combination of manual inspection and digital measurement. The team ensures that every log and component is fastened and stabilized before moving to the next stage. Every corner is examined and tapped to confirm proper engagement of logs. Final inspections certify that the Laura Chalet log cabin meets all structural and building standards. What allows swastic doors in Pune to turn simple timber sheets into strong, lasting door panels? The workflow balances mechanical force and human skill, turning simple timber sheets into long-lasting, visually appealing door panels. Each raw timber sheet is selected and inspected for quality before entering production. Workers ensure every piece meets the required standards, forming the foundation for durable doors. Sheets are guided into cutting machines, dividing them into small, workable pieces. The precision of this step surprises many, considering how robust each panel will become. That cut looks cleaner than you'd expect from such a compact setup. The framing stage threads the pieces and prepares them for assembly. Threading ensures each frame segment aligns perfectly for the next steps. Individual wooden segments are then joined and stapled, locking the frame firmly in place. Staples are applied carefully to secure every joint. Filling material is added to the frame, creating a solid core ready for subsequent layers. Extra edges are trimmed at this stage to guarantee precise alignment. Each filled frame holds the promise of stability and strength. Extra material being cut always looks like the final door is almost pre-shaped. Sheets from solvent treatment are stacked atop the prepared frames. Layering follows, carefully aligning each sheet for optimal stability. The layering process seems almost methodical, yet powerful. The solvent-treated sheets slide into place, ready for compression. Pressing machines compress the layers into a single unified panel. Pressure is evenly applied, ensuring no gaps remain between layers. After pressing, panels are carefully removed for edge cutting. That pull from the press almost feels like it's challenging the wood itself. Edges are trimmed to perfection, and surface polishing machines refine the exterior. Minor imperfections are smoothed, preparing the panel for treatment. Polishing prepares the surface for coating without affecting natural grain patterns. Edges are double-checked before the next process. A protective solution is applied to enhance and safeguard the wood surface. The edges receive another smoothing to ensure flawless lines. Panels pass through cleaning machines, leaving every surface ready for adhesion. Fevical adhesive is applied precisely, and panels are placed in position for final pressing. Once pressed, excess edges are cut away, leaving perfect alignment. Post-pressing, panels rest briefly to stabilize the adhesive. Finishing touches refine the edges and surfaces before brand labels are applied. Each label marks the culmination of a carefully sequenced workflow. You wouldn't think a simple label could represent so many steps. Finally, doors are packaged carefully, ensuring they arrive ready for installation in homes and offices. Workers coordinate with machines throughout, producing panels that combine structural durability and aesthetic appeal. Every step at Swastik Doors in Pune, from raw material inspection to packaging, is optimized to deliver laminated and veneer doors with consistent quality.